Welcome back to the Washington Redskins franchise. It is off-season time. You know, always the most exciting time really in a franchise to try to improve your team even more. But we are coming off a Super Bowl victory against the New York Jets. So we're going to have some decisions in this off-season. We have some cap problems. And what I found out right away was I couldn't re-sign guys during the season because it got switched to auto signing, so that's why I couldn't negotiate with anybody. So I get into the negotiations, and of course nobody wants to sign with me. Nobody wants to sign with the team. Because of that, we didn't try to sign them during the season. Just a few guys. So you see, even Luck won't sign with us. So you can see everybody else pretty much won't negotiate. It's either franchise tag or nothing. So already we are in a interesting position. Luck's not going anywhere. We're going to definitely franchise him for sure. And you can see he even dropped it overall a little bit, which is very surprising. You know, he had a great season, but we're going to franchise him, no doubt about it. So the rest of the guys, we're going to sign Raymond Conte here, just a backup lineman, one-year deal. And you can see our cap room right now with that Luck deal. We're almost already at $10 million. So we're going to have to make some moves here to get this cap down. DeWitt Allen definitely coming back for sure. He was a fine 6'6", and he's got 91 speed, 95 jumping. His route running not too good, but I mean that can be improved. So we'll have to keep working with him. So you see Alex Collins. So we try to negotiate with him, but we have negative $15 million in cap room with that $21 million franchise tag to Luck. So it is time here to have some cap casualties. So going down the list, you see Malcolm Butler could be one, Malik Collins probably another. Let's see who else we have here. Matthew Judon, possibility. He's getting to 30 years old, just making about a little over $7 million a year. Josh Dotson, he didn't even improve. He went down actually. He's now an 83 overall, so that's very interesting. Jabri Nadrath, I mean, he doesn't need to be making that much money. Same with Jalen Myrick. Probably overshot there. So first things first, Malcolm Butler. It was good having you for that year. We got a Super Bowl out of you, but, you know, we're going to cut him here. He is 32 years old, corner, so at some point he's going to go down. So then we're going to take Collins here, take a 4th and 7, and we're going to go to Kansas City, and we're going to get the number 33 pick in the second round. So second pick in second round. And then now we're going to take Matthew Judon, a 6th and 7th, and get back into the first round, because remember we traded our first round pick away, and we go to the Miami Dolphins to get one there. Now Jabri Nadrath, we'll have to cut him as well. So trying to clear as much cap here as we can. I don't expect a whole lot of free agency, probably a lot of one year deals. You see Jalen Myrick now gone. So this is what we got here going forward. Defensively, what we're going to do is switch to a 3-4. I think it makes sense. Our linebackers are definitely a strength. And up front, we can just move Garrett in. He works in that 3-4. Same with Martinez, Fields, and Howard up front. And we'll take out the check out the free agent market here. Von Miller, Timmy Jernigan. There's Butler, who we just released. Tyrann Mathieu. O.C. Adams, the running back. Chris Harris. So really, a couple positions we're going to be looking for here. We're going to be looking for cornerback, no doubt about it. We have to up the secondary. We try to every year. It's pretty much just been Band-Aids. Nothing really that's really improved it. There's not been a whole lot of young guys we can draft, so we're going to have to look at maybe possibly getting the cornerback position. Wide receiver now. Cooper Kupp, definitely, he's not back either. Possibly look at him in free agency, but you know we don't really have a lot of money to spend right now. So wide receiver is going to be another thing to look at. Maybe a couple of more pass rushers. So what you can see is taking a look at the cornerbacks in free agency, there is not a whole lot there. We can try to bring back Nadrath depending what he wants, but first stage, we're just going to sim through here and see what we got here. So Barama, I'm thinking if he can get him cheap, so we have $8 million in cap right now. Man, we're going to try to lower this down to $4 million a year just to bring him back. I know he's 30 years old, but he performed pretty well. So we're going to try to bring on Ziggy Ansah as well. I know he's getting up there in age, but he did have 17.5 sacks last year and then 19 the year before that. So I think, just bringing him on a one-year deal, possibly as a pass rusher. Cameron Hart, who's always been pretty good, solid for us as well, coming there on third downs, doing what he can. I think he's give him a chance to come back here. Now taking a look at the draft board, like I said, Martin Thompson is a wide receiver. So wide receiver definitely a position we're going to look at. You can see Tamini Massey, another pretty good receiver. So it looks like the receivers here in the first round, very top heavy. Teddy Wadsworth, a spectacular catch. He's looking pretty good. Bradley Otis, 6'1", A-, spectacular catch. And then you have Daniel Gesner, solid all around. So it looks like the receivers will have options there for sure. Even Parker Bonani there is, I know second round, but maybe a late first there. And we'll take a look at the corners. Raquaz Bunkley looking pretty good. Miles Cooper out of Ole Miss, very good as well. And Mark Chapman looking pretty good out of LSU. So maybe we have a couple positions there, but there is guys there. We can actually draft. Gordon Bannister, free safety. So maybe another position would be strong safety. Not sure if we're going to keep Trey Garvin there. You have Marquise Pouncey out of Penn State, and you have Anthony Banyard there out of Pitt. So there's a couple good guys there. So cornerback, what we tried to do here is now, try to trade for one. We try to get Jackson there from Tennessee. Doesn't work. Tease Tabor, who we thought we had in free agency a few years ago, he went with the Rams, couldn't get him. So we go a different route here. So we're going to try a few things. Sidney Lucas, who very disappointed last year, and we're going to go get a receiver, John Ross, Addison from the Bengals, has the speed, so we can maybe put him in the slot. So there you go. There's our first trade. Sidney Lucas to the Bengals for John Ross, a speed receiver. So we got a receiver in here. So you see Barama has accepted his deal, so we got him back. So that's one spot filled there for corner. Now we're just going to go to backup defensive tackle here. Brandon Williams, former Raven, getting up there in age. Maybe we can just sign him to a one-year deal. And same thing with another former Raven, former Bear, Pernell McPhee. He fits in that 3-4 scheme. We can try to bring him on as well, one-year deal. And what we're going to try to do this year too is we're going to try to actually run the ball a lot more. Bring a fullback on, and we have a plan going forward here. I'll show you here in a few minutes. Nick Foles, look at the backup quarterback position, try to bring him on. So we'll go through here to the next week, see if anybody signs on here at any of those contracts. And you see Brandon Williams, Ziggy Ansah, Pernell McPhee, Nick Foles, Williams, and Cameron Hart have all accepted their deals. So now we do have some veteran guys there on defense who are just going to be situational. So you can see here, Frederick Gandy, I know he's so talented, but the injuries, we send him to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a second-round pick. So then what we are going to do is turn right around here. We're going to send a second-round pick and the guard Gay there for Jordan Howard to the Bears, 97 overall. He's still only 27 years old, so that is going to help out the running game we want to get going there. So now let us head to the draft. We've already made some crazy trades. We now have a new running back. As you can see here is the league signings there. So journeying into the Chiefs, Malcolm Butler goes to the Rams, Matthew to the Buccaneers, O.C. Adams to the Buccaneers. So it looks like the Bucs might be a team to reckon with. Chris Harris to the Patriots, Chandler Jones to the Panthers, Jason Pierre-Paul. I mean, we see this guy enough from the Giants, and he goes to the Eagles. So seeing him once again, can't get away from him. He definitely has owned us in the past. So we're going to have to see him still 2 more times in the year. But, yeah, big trade there. Getting rid of Gandy. Like I said, I know he is outstanding. He has such speed. He's just amazing, but he cannot stay healthy, and he's so inconsistent with that the last few years. So I just wanted to get somebody we can maybe rely on, Jordan Howard, see what he can do. So what we got to take a look at here, we have 1 pick first round, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, 2 5s, and that's it for this year's draft. So there's a couple guys on the draft board I maybe want to try to get, and maybe we make a trade here. You get back into get into the first round again. So Kansas City with the first pick. You see Martin Thompson there. He looks like an absolute monster. 4'2", 440, 6'3" out of LSU. I mean, holy moly. He looks like a complete beast. You have Massey up there as well. But I tell you what, I really was, at this draft here, waiting to, we're down to pick 15. There's Raquan Bunkley. So the corners possibly are going to be there. We'll definitely, I think, get a corner at 15 for sure. If we're going to take one of those guys, we're not passing up on a corner this year. Mark Chapman is down there. But I wanted Thompson. So we're trying to get the number 1 overall pick. So we're going to trade our first rounder at 15. And Ryan Shazier, I know this is crazy too, but with the injuries and we have so many linebackers, we trade Shazier, we get the number 1 overall pick. Next, we go to the Carolina Panthers, get back into the first round again, pick number 12. We trade our 32nd pick next year, the first rounder, a second rounder, and the 6th round pick, and we get back into the first round. Next trade, I know this is crazy, stay with me. Josh Dotson, Lewis Bailey for the 49ers, 7th overall pick in the 4th rounder. We cannot get it done, so we're going to take the 4th rounder out, and it works. So Josh Dotson, who I thought I was going to rely on, couldn't go anywhere. He actually regressed. So we trade him to the 49ers, and Lewis Bailey, I know we missing our left tackle, but it's all for this guy, Martin Thompson. What will he be? He is a 79 overall, superstar development, 97 speed, 87 route running, 84 catching. So it looks like we have a great receiver here going forward. I know it was crazy to go up there and get him, but he looked like just absolutely crazy. You see Massey goes next. Wadsworth goes next. So 3 receivers in a row here, and finally breaks that up with Gatson going to the Colts. But another receiver, Otis, goes to the Bills. So next pick we have at 7, and there goes Grove. So we got a pick here at 7. So do we take the corner here or maybe something else? So we'll see what happens because the corners might be drop a little bit. You see Marquise Pouncey, the safety, he looks pretty good. And we were looking to think about changing up safety there. Gordon Klein, another pass rusher, and you can see the corners. There's Bunkley, the first one down there, and we still have a pick at 12. So maybe we go Pouncey here. Put him at strong safety over Trey Garvin, and I think hit power pretty good. I think that's the pick. And Marquise Pouncey, 79 overall, 91 speed, 79 zone, 69 man. So that is our pick there. As now we had to pick number 12, and you can see all the corners are still there. So now we have whoever we want. Bunkley, good zone, just good across the board. I think Chapman is really the pick here, as he has better man coverage. Just about a good zone and same press, actually better press than Cooper there. So I think Chapman here is the pick here at number 12. Give us a pretty good corner. We finally can take a young corner, which is something we haven't done here for the draft, and we get Mark Chapman, another pick out of LSU, 83 overall, quick development. That's what I'm talking about there. So we have finally a young, good corner, it seems like. As you see, Bunkley there didn't go to 15 till Kansas City, so we'll have to take a look and see what he looks like here going forward. As we go down the list here, Farrell goes, Gesner, another wide receiver to the Vikings. The Bears take a running back after trading Jordan Howard to us. Jaguars take Nandy there, defensive tackle. Pittman goes to Green Bay. Let's see who the Giants take. Castillo, the tight end. Pittsburgh taking Schwartz, who I think Ben Roethlisberger is retired. I totally forgot about the retirements when I was halfway through this, and I couldn't go through it and go to check it again. I just totally forgot to think about it, but I think Roethlisberger is gone. So now we head into the second round. We have pick number 26 here in the second round, taking a look to see if there's anybody available. Didn't really like anybody. There was nothing there. So we're going to just trade. So we traded away a lot of picks next year. We're going to reload for next year's draft as well. See the Bengals offering a 2 and 4 in next year's draft. I'm not really looking to move back to even a 3rd round pick. So I don't even care. It doesn't really matter to me if we get no picks here for this year's draft. If we can just get a couple next year. I'm not really seeing anything great. The Browns offering a 2nd this year. I don't really want that. So I think the Bengals is what we're looking for. Or the Broncos, the Broncos there. We take that trade. So we get into the 3rd round, and we have nothing but picks left and right here in the 3rd round. Chance Grady looks like the only pick there. Backup center. Try to get the offensive line depth, beef up the offensive line, so we get a pick right next, pretty much the next pick after that. We're going to go corner again here. I think Patrick Sherman is the pick, 71 overall. Have to work on that man coverage, but good zone coverage. And then we now head to the 4th round. I know this is a reach pick, but with that 40-yard dash, I was just couldn't help it. I know it's a terrible pick with 96 speed. Going off a little bit of old school man there, just going for speed pretty much. But I think he could still be a decent player. As we go into the 4th round and find another defensive tackle who we seem to find all the time, Casey Orr, 79 overall, quick development. So we find those guys in those later rounds of defensive tackle. And then in the 5th round, our last pick coming up, Lynn Hobson we take. And then Dylan Huntington, it's listed him at end at 74, but I think we'll switch him to outside linebacker. So you see Martin Thompson there, our first overall pick, first overall of the draft. You see what he looks like there. Can't wait to get going with him. Same with Marquise Pouncey. There's what he looks like in a Redskin uniform. And Mark Chapman. So these 3 first-round picks, can they just make an impact right off the bat? We're going to try to get back to the Super Bowl with these 3 guys. It's been a little bit difficult. Obviously, so many trades you see going around now. Just checking out some top draft picks. So there's Bannister, Klein, but really just making crazy amount of trades. There's Bunkley, 77 over superstar, so if we would have taken him, wouldn't really complain about that. With all the cap problems we've had, making all these moves, really we have pretty much almost a different receiving core other than a few guys. Obviously Moss and DeWitt Allen still there, and same with Brashard Perryman. But really some new top receivers. We have some really new top corners. Defense is going to be changing a little bit. So a little bit of interest going into the next season and see, what this team can do. We do bring back Luck. We have a new running back in Jordan Howard. We're going to switch up the playbook just a little bit and maybe go a little bit more to the run game, feed off the play action. Obviously, we have receivers now that can just have some speed burners out there. So this is going to be an interesting team to watch here going for next season, trying to compete for that division title again and get back to the Super Bowl. As you can see who we have here on defense and offense, I think this roster is pretty good, and it's super young too. We only have only a few guys. There's no real starters on defense over 30. I think PJ Williams is the closest at 29, but everybody else is, I believe, 25 or younger. So this defense is young. We'll see what they can do. They were great last year, and the offense getting younger as well. So hopefully the offense can take off and take us back to the playoffs and to another Super Bowl victory. So that's going to do it for this offseason. Pretty crazy, I know. Tell me what you think about it. And that's going to do it for this one. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.